Kevin Costner is getting divorced. After nearly 19 years of marriage, the couple started dating in 1998 before getting married in 2004.
To see be respected as they navigate this difficult time.
Kevin Costner, known for his storied career and calm presence on screen, recently revealed the underlying reasons for his divorce from Cindy, a disclosure that has captivated those who have long followed their personal journey. The announcement came after a year of silence, a period during which both individuals sought space and clarity in their lives. This revelation was unexpected, not only because of Costner's typically reserved nature when discussing personal matters, but also because of the enduring mystery that surrounded the breakup of what many had once considered a resilient partnership. The public had speculated endlessly about the source of the discord, and this final confirmation provided an opportunity to confront the complexities that often lie hidden beneath long-standing relationships. In unveiling the truth, Costner offered a rare glimpse into the intimate struggles behind a life lived in the public eye, demonstrating that even those who appear to enjoy glamour and success are not immune to personal turbulence. His measured tone and reflective manner invited empathy rather than judgment, reminding observers that every celebrated career conceals its own private battles. Before we start, smash the like and subscribe buttons for more updates. For many years, the union between Kevin and Cindy was seen as a melding of two distinct worlds, each shaped by individual experiences and unique perspectives. Their relationship, once celebrated for blending artistic sensibility with grounded pragmatism, gradually evolved into a subject of both admiration and intense scrutiny. Fans observed a couple whose apparent harmony belied subtle tensions that occasionally surfaced during public appearances. The connection they shared was magnetic yet complex, marked by moments of creative collaboration interwoven with disagreements hinting at deeper incompatibilities. Over time, differences in their aspirations and lifestyles began to assert themselves, challenging the delicate balance they had once maintained. Occasional moments of tenderness and mutual respect were interspersed with periods of silence and unspoken frustration, as both struggled to reconcile personal dreams with the demands of a shared life. Their evolving dynamic underscored a paradox at the heart of modern love. Even the most promising unions can fall prey to the gradual erosion brought on by time, change, and conflicting ambitions. The moment of confirmation unfolded with an unmistakable air of introspection and resolve, marking a turning point in the narrative of a man renowned for guarding his personal life. Costner's decision to finally explain the reasons behind his divorce was not made lightly. It emerged from a long period of reflection and soul-searching. His disclosure broke the silence that had long enveloped the subject, signaling a departure from the usual reticence that has characterized his public persona. Rather than casting blame or fueling speculation, his explanation sought to clarify the underlying differences that had slowly driven the couple apart. By shedding light on the gradual accumulation of unmet needs and diverging life paths, he provided a perspective that was both candid and measured. This moment of openness did more than reveal a personal truth. It also offered a window into the challenges of maintaining a fulfilling partnership amid the pressures of public life. In doing so, it opened up a dialogue about the quiet struggles that often go unnoticed until they culminate in irreversible change. At the core of the separation were multiple factors that, over time, converged to erode the once solid foundation of their relationship. A persistent sense of dissonance had taken hold, with differences in values and priorities slowly undermining the shared vision that had once united them. This process was neither sudden nor dramatic. It was marked by a series of small, seemingly insignificant moments that, when compounded, signaled a growing incompatibility. One partner's yearning for a stable and private existence increasingly clashed with the other's need for creative expression and public engagement. The evolving interplay between personal identity and shared responsibilities highlighted how even deep emotional bonds can be worn down by the inexorable forces of change. As each new challenge emerged, the possibility of reconciling these differences diminished. The disintegration of their connection was not the result of any single incident, but rather the inevitable outcome of a gradual divergence in aspirations and lifestyles, a process that ultimately left little room for compromise. The disclosure carries weighty implications for the broader understanding of relationships in the public eye, particularly within the realm of celebrity culture. High-profile partnerships are often idealized, their challenges hidden behind a veneer of glamour and perfection. However, the willingness to discuss the deeply personal reasons behind a divorce provides a counter-narrative to the conventional image of unblemished celebrity unions. It emphasizes that even relationships celebrated by the public can be fraught with internal conflicts and unspoken struggles. The pressures of living under constant scrutiny only amplify the challenges faced by those in the spotlight, as personal differences are magnified by external expectations. Costner's candid reflection serves as a reminder that fame does not exempt anyone from the complexities of maintaining a long-term relationship. Instead, it illustrates how the collision of personal ambition and public life can create an environment where even the most solid bonds are tested beyond their limits, inviting a broader conversation about the true nature of intimacy and commitment in a modern, media-driven world. The public reaction to this confirmation has been deeply intertwined with the cultural context in which celebrity lives, are both celebrated and dissected. In a society that revels in the drama of high-profile relationships, the measured and thoughtful explanation provided by Costner resonates on a surprisingly relatable level. Many have found echoes of their own experiences in his admission that differences, rather than explosive confrontations, often lead to the unraveling of a partnership. This perspective challenges the prevailing notion that divorce must be accompanied by overt drama or scandal, suggesting instead that a slow, almost imperceptible accumulation of differences can precipitate a profound change. The narrative emerging from this confirmation invites the public to reassess long-held assumptions about the permanence of romantic unions, highlighting that the complexities of human connection often defy simple categorization. As the story unfolds, it encourages a more compassionate and nuanced understanding of how personal growth and evolving priorities can quietly yet irrevocably reshape even the most celebrated of relationships. The decision to share these intimate details marks a shift in the narrative of personal authenticity, reflecting a growing trend toward openness in the face of relentless public interest. Costner's measured disclosure, steeped in self-awareness and careful reflection, signals a departure from the traditional guardedness that has long defined celebrity culture. By revealing the underlying reasons for his divorce, he has chosen to present a more complete picture of his personal journey, one that acknowledges both the triumphs and the trials of a life lived in the limelight. This act of transparency challenges the long-standing expectation that public figures must always project an image of unassailable perfection. Instead, it underscores the idea that vulnerability and honesty can serve as powerful counterweights to the often unrealistic portrayals of celebrity relationships. In doing so, his explanation not only humanizes the experience of separation, but also invites others to consider the importance of staying true to one's inner voice, even when faced with immense external pressure. The narrative that emerges is one of quiet courage and the resolve to embrace a more authentic version of oneself, despite the potential costs of such openness. The emotional layers underpinning this confirmation are as intricate as they are profound, revealing a journey marked by both resolve and quiet sorrow. The disclosure was not simply a recounting of events, but a deeply personal exploration of the internal conflicts that preceded the decision to part ways. Over years of shared experiences and silent compromises, subtle yet persistent feelings of disconnection gradually took root. This process, marked by both hope and regret, culminated in a moment of raw introspection. The complexity of reconciling personal aspirations with the demands of a shared life is laid bare in the careful articulation of these inner struggles. What emerges is a portrait of a man who, despite his public persona of strength and composure, has wrestled with the inevitable tension between individual fulfillment and mutual obligation. The act of confirming the reasons behind the divorce thus serves as an acknowledgement of the emotional toll exacted by a prolonged period of internal conflict, a conflict that, while hidden from the public eye for so long, ultimately became too significant to ignore. Within the framework of modern media, the revelation stands as a testament to the shifting dynamics between celebrity privacy and public curiosity. The intense scrutiny that accompanies a high-profile life means that even deeply personal decisions are inevitably dissected and debated by the public. In choosing to address the reasons behind his divorce directly, Costner not only reclaimed a measure of control over his narrative, but also subtly critiqued the invasive nature of modern celebrity culture. This decision highlights the tension between the desire for personal authenticity and the relentless demands for public spectacle. Instead of succumbing to sensationalism, his disclosure embraced a quiet, thoughtful reflection that prioritized honesty over theatrics. It underscored the reality that the lived experiences of public figures are far more nuanced than the often reductive portrayals presented by the media. This moment of openness thereby invites the public to look beyond simplistic narratives, fostering a deeper appreciation for the complex interplay of personal struggle and public expectation that defines the lives of those in the limelight. As the boundaries between public and private lives continue to blur, the norms of celebrity culture are experiencing a subtle yet significant transformation. The candid discussion of the reasons behind the divorce challenges the long-held notion that public figures must maintain an aura of untouchable perfection. Instead, it reflects an evolving cultural landscape where authenticity and vulnerability are increasingly celebrated. In revealing the multifaceted nature of his personal challenges, Costner has contributed to a broader dialogue about the realities of life behind the spotlight. This shift encourages an environment where individuals, regardless of their public status, are allowed the space to confront and share their struggles without fear of judgment. The narrative of his confirmation thus becomes part of a larger movement toward honesty and openness in public discourse, a movement that acknowledges that the human experience is invariably complex and that true strength often lies in the willingness to embrace one's imperfections. In doing so, it redefines the public's expectations of celebrity relationships and invites a more empathetic understanding of the trials that accompany a life lived in constant observation. The broader implications of this revelation extend into a wider social commentary on the nature of long-term relationships and the evolving concept of commitment. By explaining that the divorce was not triggered by any single dramatic event, but by an accumulation of subtle differences over time, the confirmation challenges the traditional narrative that views the end of a relationship as a sudden rupture. Instead, it paints a picture of a gradual process in which personal growth and shifting priorities inevitably lead to a redefinition of what it means to be together. This perspective resonates with many who have experienced similar transitions in their own lives, suggesting that the dissolution of even the most cherished bonds can occur quietly, without the need for sensational drama. The discussion invites a reconsideration of the societal expectations surrounding love and marriage, emphasizing that the evolution of individual identities can sometimes make separation not only necessary but ultimately liberating. It calls for a more nuanced understanding of commitment, one that accepts the inevitability of change and the importance of honoring one's inner truth, even at the cost of long-held relationships. In reflecting on the cultural and emotional terrain that this confirmation traverses, it becomes clear that the disclosure is as much a personal exegesis as it is a commentary on modern life. The carefully considered explanation of the divorce speaks to the intricate balance between private pain and public performance, a balance that those in the spotlight must navigate daily. The reasons behind the separation, rooted in differences that were both profound and quietly persistent, highlight the reality that personal fulfillment often demands difficult choices. The narrative suggests that even the most celebrated unions are subject to the universal forces of change and growth, forces that can subtly reshape the contours of a relationship until reconciliation is no longer possible. This acknowledgement of the quiet disintegration of a once cherished partnership encourages a more compassionate view of divorce, one that sees it not as a failure, but as a natural evolution of two individuals moving in different directions. It is a reminder that the journey towards self-actualization can sometimes lead to paths that diverge, even when the love once shared remains undeniable. The significance of this disclosure lies in its ability to challenge the often idealized images of celebrity relationships that dominate public discourse. By choosing to articulate the deeply personal factors that led to the divorce, Costner has disrupted the simplistic narratives that frequently surround high-profile separations. Instead of offering a tale of scandal or dramatic betrayal, His explanation paints a picture of gradual divergence, a quiet, inevitable parting of ways shaped by the relentless passage of time and the evolution of personal values. This approach not only humanizes the experience of separation, but also offers a more measured, reflective counterpoint to the usual tabloid portrayals. It encourages a reconsideration of how society views commitment and the dissolution of relationships, suggesting that sometimes the most significant transformations occur not in moments of explosive conflict, but in the quiet accumulation of unaddressed differences. The narrative thereby serves as an invitation for a deeper, more empathetic exploration of what it means to love, to change, and ultimately to let go when the paths of two individuals no longer converge. The disclosure marks a significant moment of introspection that invites a re-examination of the fundamental principles underlying personal relationships and individual identity. It is a stark reminder that even bonds that appear to be unshakable can be reshaped by the inexorable forces of change and personal evolution. By confirming the reasons behind his divorce, Costner has provided an opportunity to reflect on the delicate interplay between love, ambition, and the inevitable march of time. The revelation challenges the notion of permanent unions and calls into question the very idea of commitment in a world where personal growth is constant and often unpredictable. It speaks to the courage required to confront uncomfortable truths and underscores the value of self-reflection in the pursuit of authenticity. In sharing this deeply personal insight, he not only reclaims his own narrative but also offers a window into the universal struggle to reconcile the demands of individual fulfillment with the expectations of shared life. This moment of honest self-examination stands as a testament to the human capacity for resilience and the ongoing quest to live a life that remains true to one's innermost self, even when that truth leads to difficult decisions. The revelation has opened an unexpected chapter in the dialogue about personal transformation and the evolution of intimate partnerships, prompting a reconsideration of the myriad forces that shape the human experience. This public admission stands as a beacon of introspection, inviting a fresh examination of how inner growth and evolving self-understanding can redefine personal boundaries. In an era where traditional markers of relationship success are constantly questioned, the disclosure encourages an exploration into how internal journeys and the pursuit of personal authenticity sometimes lead individuals to make profound decisions that resonate far beyond the realm of personal life. This narrative invites observers to delve into the psychological terrain of identity and fulfillment, where the drive for individual purpose increasingly takes precedence over the conventional expectations of togetherness. As cultural norms continue to evolve, the event serves as a case study in the transformation of long-held ideals about commitment and shared destiny. It challenges the long-established view that a union is defined solely by its outward expressions of harmony, suggesting instead that true alignment must be grounded in a deep and ongoing personal reconciliation. In this light, the confirmation emerges as a reflective exercise in acknowledging the unpredictable nature of emotional evolution and the inevitable divergence of personal trajectories. An important facet of this development is its subtle invitation for broader societal reflection on the expectations placed upon those who inhabit the public sphere. The moment disrupts the conventional narrative by suggesting that the pursuit of individual fulfillment can sometimes necessitate a deliberate departure from established roles. It signals a movement toward recognizing that vulnerability and change are integral aspects of personal growth, even when they occur under intense scrutiny. This perspective, unburdened by the need to conform to an idealized version of perfection, presents a more holistic view of the human condition, one that acknowledges the complexity of balancing internal aspirations with external obligations. The unfolding event also underscores the significant role that modern communication channels play in shaping personal narratives. In today's interconnected society, the interplay between private experiences and public discourse is more intricate than ever. The willingness to address deeply personal matters in a measured and deliberate manner highlights the potential for individuals to influence cultural norms and spark conversations that extend beyond the confines of celebrity. This instance serves as a catalyst for rethinking how personal struggles are shared in an environment saturated with superficial commentary. It also suggests that the sharing of such experiences may contribute to a more compassionate understanding of the inherent challenges faced by individuals regardless of their public status. Moreover, the incident provokes further thought about the dynamics of self-reinvention in an age characterized by rapid change. The underlying message is one of renewal, a call to honor the process of continual self-discovery even when it leads to difficult decisions. The event invites a deeper consideration of how shifting perspectives, once considered disruptive, can actually serve as a foundation for new beginnings. This insight carries a weight that transcends individual circumstances, resonating with a collective yearning for authenticity in a world that often prioritizes image over substance. In addition, the confirmation offers a moment for cultural critics and social scientists to re-examine the evolving definitions of personal fulfillment and partnership in modern society. The discussion it sparks extends into the realms of emotional resilience and the ways in which individuals navigate the interplay between their inner lives and the external pressures of a hyper-visible existence. By embracing a narrative that prioritizes self-reflection over performative gestures, the event opens the door to a more nuanced conversation about the true cost of maintaining an idealized facade in a relentless media landscape. A notable development in the evolving narrative of celebrity personal journeys emerges from an unexpected declaration that has quietly reshaped discourse on individual freedom and self-determination. Kevin Costner has, after a prolonged period of introspection, provided a detailed explanation of the deeply personal forces that ultimately led to the dissolution of his marital union with Cindy Costner. This candid account departs sharply from the long-standing tradition of safeguarding intimate details, revealing instead an unanticipated journey of metamorphosis and reinvention that challenges conventional notions of union and loyalty. The disclosure invites an examination of the intricate psychological mechanisms that can recalibrate an individual's life course over time. In the realm of relationships, particularly those forged under the intense pressures of public life, sustained creative endeavors and the relentless quest for professional excellence often induce an evolving sense of self. Such internal shifts may, over time, render previously shared ambitions incongruent with one's emerging identity. Costner's recent explanation exemplifies this phenomenon, prompting observers to consider that the process of personal evolution might naturally necessitate a realignment of long-held relational ties. This unfolding scenario offers a real-life illustration of theories that view the dissolution of a relationship as the organic consequence of self-discovery rather than as a mere byproduct of conflict. A careful exploration of the conceptual framework underpinning this occurrence reveals an environment where the interplay between individual agency and collective experience is continuously redefined. While traditional perspectives have long extolled the endurance of emotional ties, modern interpretations suggest that the uncompromising pursuit of personal authenticity and artistic integrity can foster an eventual separation from the familiar. This shift is neither abrupt nor impulsive. Rather, it is the result of a deliberate recalibration of one's life priorities. In this context, the decision to part ways with a long-term partner transcends conventional narratives of romantic disintegration, emerging instead as a carefully considered step toward personal liberation. Philosophical inquiry into the evolution of self has intrigued scholars and thinkers for centuries, and Costner's public account contributes a compelling chapter to that dialogue. His articulation appears driven by a profound need to reconcile disparate facets of his existence, a reconciliation that ultimately rendered a unified personal narrative unattainable. The journey toward self-actualization, as revealed in this disclosure, challenges the long-held belief that the success of a relationship is measured solely by the capacity for mutual sacrifice or compromise. Instead, it presents an alternative vision in which the flourishing of individual potential, even at the expense of shared paths, is recognized as an essential component of a fulfilling life. This intellectual perspective broadens the dialogue around long-term commitments, urging a re-examination of the assumptions that have traditionally underpinned them. Within the broader cultural landscape, the unveiling of such deeply personal motivations disrupts the myth of infallible celebrity unions. It offers an alternative narrative that is rooted in the realities of human vulnerability and the complexities of inner life, rather than in the gloss of public admiration. The transparency with which these internal dynamics have been shared invites a more nuanced consideration of the forces that shape intimate partnerships. It challenges the prevalent notion that the endurance of a marital bond is synonymous with unwavering devotion, suggesting instead that the gradual emergence of conflicting personal imperatives can be a natural and even liberating outcome of an individual's quest for self-fulfillment. This instance of personal revelation further provides fertile ground for exploring the role of legacy in shaping life choices. For a figure whose career spans decades of cinematic triumphs and celebrated roles, the tapestry of achievements is interwoven with equally profound personal narratives. The decision to dissolve a long-standing union can be seen as an effort to redefine one's legacy, ensuring that it is not solely characterized by the contours of a shared past, but is also a testament to a deeper commitment to personal authenticity. Such a recalibration of legacy invites a reevaluation of how individual histories are constructed, remembered, and ultimately honored in the public domain. Moreover, the insights conveyed in this disclosure resonate strongly with contemporary debates on balancing professional success with inner fulfillment. In an environment where every action is scrutinized and every decision is subject to public interpretation, the challenge of harmonizing a vibrant career with personal aspirations becomes all the more acute. Costner's explanation underscores that true achievement extends beyond external accolades. It also encompasses the inner satisfaction that comes from living in alignment with one's core values. This perspective offers a poignant reminder that personal fulfillment is not a secondary byproduct of professional success, but an indispensable element of a well-rounded life. The interplay between individual conviction and the inevitable changes wrought by the passage of time is another dimension that emerges from this discussion. The continuous process of self-refinement often leads to an accumulation of subtle differences, a slow transformation that can gradually render a once cohesive relationship unsustainable. In such circumstances, the decision to follow a newly charted course becomes less about relinquishing the past and more about embracing the dynamic nature of the human spirit. This view reinforces the understanding that personal evolution is an ongoing, multifaceted process marked by both growth and transformation. A further aspect worthy of contemplation is the way in which this disclosure reconfigures the dialogue on artistic legacy. Over the course of his distinguished career, Costner has been associated with narratives that celebrate resilience and transformation. The recent articulation of his personal insights adds an additional reflective layer to that legacy, intertwining the themes of creative reinvention with the realities of individual change. By providing a measured account that avoids sensationalism, the explanation enriches the discourse on how public personas and private lives intersect. It underscores the potential for personal narratives to inform and elevate broader cultural discussions about authenticity, responsibility, and the courage to evolve. In the broader context of celebrity narratives, this disclosure heralds a transformative moment that extends beyond the realm of individual relationships. The fresh perspective challenges long-standing expectations, dictating the private lives of public figures, urging both industry insiders and audiences to reassess the nature of authenticity in an era defined by constant visibility. Observers note that this shift in narrative could prompt a ripple effect among other public personalities, encouraging them to reconsider the boundaries separating personal growth from public performance. The evolution of self-presentation now appears intertwined with a new cultural ethos that values genuine self-expression over carefully constructed images. This emerging attitude invites a critical dialogue on the delicate balance between personal integrity and professional branding, highlighting an era in which honesty becomes a form of creative empowerment. Equally significant is the impact on contemporary discourse surrounding the dynamics of legacy formation and reinvention. The moment offers fresh insights into how individuals can reframe their personal journeys, not as isolated episodes of loss, but as opportunities for reinvention that enrich overall narrative. Analysts predict that this approach may influence a new generation of public figures, who might prioritize candid personal evolution over the preservation of a static image. As these trends gain momentum, the concept of legacy itself undergoes a subtle transformation. merging personal authenticity with professional accomplishments in innovative ways. This dialogue on legacy underscores an enduring cultural shift where personal metamorphosis is not seen as a setback, but as a courageous step toward embracing the full spectrum of human experience and redefining success on one's own terms. In this evolving moment, the narrative serves not only as an account, but also as an invitation for others to reflect on the transformative potential of embracing change and crafting a determined future. If you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe to our channel. Also, leave your comments below and tell us, what are your thoughts on Kevin Costner's divorce from Cindy after 1 year? We want to hear from you. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.